Alright everybody, it's me, it's Mullen, it's Malin, it's Alpha Sports Gaming, K-Ready Gaming, and Rybolt, VTech Guy. You know me, you know us all. Alright, let's jump right into the video. We're talking about why Daniel Bryan should have been the guy to replace Baron Corbin on Team SmackDown, and why he should be the one wrestling, and not Shane McMahon. Now, of course, there's the big underlining problem that they don't want him to wrestle. But if WWE was smart, which I guess they're really not, but at the same time they are, because it's like, Daniel Bryan, we don't want you diving off and hitting your head and, worst case scenario occurring. But they would really cash in on the fact that Team SmackDown needed a guy. Now, I don't think James Ellsworth should have replaced Baron Corbin. Shane McMahon, on the other hand, might not be a good choice either, but Daniel Bryan would have been the perfect one. Let's break it down, alright? Look at all the people on Team Raw, alright? Starting with Braun Strowman. And of course, if you look at Team SmackDown, there's also a great history with Daniel Bryan. I believe he's even faced against AJ Styles, right?
Oh yeah,
ROH? Early? Maybe not ROH, maybe another, indie promotion, but what were you gonna say, Mullins?
I was gonna say it might have been TNA briefly in the early days.
I don't know. I have to look on that one. But I mean, of course, if you look at the Wyatt family, there's a history there. Or Randy Orton, there's history there. Kevin Owens, ROH, there's history there, guys. Jericho, there's not too much history of them interacting, but, it's still the fact that Daniel Bryan wrestling for Survivor Series would have just been another element of an added draw. I mean, Shane McMahon wrestling, I guess that's a draw, but
it would have probably locked in anyone who was still thinking, "Hey, do I want to get this or not?"
Yeah.
It would have locked everyone in for the long haul. It would be the largest spot. Like, the network would have even more people subscribing to it.
Especially because Daniel Bryan was a big problem with people unsubscribing. Remember, they were like hashtag unsubscribe network or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's always been a big draw, awkwardly, to some common fans, and even some devoted fans like us. I'm not the craziest Daniel Bryan fanatic. I mean, I like his in-ring work, but it's just like, I wouldn't say he's one of my, top wrestlers of all time, respectively, because there's so many great wrestlers. But I think, especially what he talked about with the state of the WWE Universe, is that he's one of those new modern era wrestlers that, Mick Foley can't really compare to, sadly. That, Daniel Bryan being in that ring would have meant more than Shane McMahon, because Shane McMahon still, he's kind of, he's not a modern era wrestler by any means. He's like your favorite uncle who comes to visit and gives you like $100 every time he's around, just because. And he wears the cool customized Nike shoes. So, Mal, what do you gotta say about this? Chime right in.
I mean, I definitely agree that Shane shouldn't have been him. That definitely should not have been Shane taking up that final spot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could see Daniel Bryan, and honestly, if they were worried about his neck problems and all that stuff,
don't have him go flying. Don't be like,
basically
Daniel Bryan,
keep him grounded.
Don't fly. I mean, let's be honest.
You still have moves like the label lock and stuff that he can still do that will not impact his neck whatsoever.
Yeah, they can basically keep him to anything he were to have impact him from about the waist down almost.
Let's be honest. How many times do you think we're going to see Shane McMahon fly? Whether it's an elbow drop or a coast to coast.
Oh, a lot.
Times this
so,
match.
And even if Shane McMahon doesn't have that much involvement, say Shane McMahon has literally limited involvement, and he's like, case scenario where he's one of the like final two on Team SmackDown. I could still see that situation where he's still gonna do something stupid, crazy. And I think Daniel Bryan, if they told him, hey, you want to wrestle, we're going to let you wrestle. Okay, Daniel Bryan. However, you're not going to be doing that crazy headbutt stuff, all right? You're going to stick to the kicks and the submissions. And I think he would have, respectively done that. I think, there's always that argument that, Daniel Bryan might go rogue and go in for himself and be like, hey, I'm more of a risky wrestler, because he shot, him and Miz were shooting back and forth. How the Miz doesn't like to take too many risks while wrestling, but he's still a good wrestler. For Daniel Bryan wanted to wow as many people because it's like he was willing to put his body on the line in a way that ultimately hurt his career, sadly, in WWE, because they have him kind of locked in. So really sad, but I think, as I've said before, Daniel Bryan should be wrestling at this pay-per-view, and I don't believe WWE will keep him as a GM. I think that's something that is probably going to happen, honestly. I think if I have to look long-term, even if, he's not going to be wrestling at Survivor Series, later down the line, I don't think they're going to keep him as GM locked in. And I don't think they're going to be stupid enough to do what he even shot on was like, hey, Mick, you were done being a GM in 2001, but what'd you do? You went straight to TNA. I don't think they're going to be that dumb and be like, all right, Daniel Bryan, we're going to let you go and leave. And he's going to be straight to New Japan or straight back to ROH. Or TNA.
Let's see ROH.
Who knows? Probably ROH or New Japan, because they're locked in with each other's buddies and all that great stuff. Seeing those guys, but I think a Daniel Bryan return to the ring will be a once in a while thing.
He would be the legit definition of an occasional wrestler.
He would be. I don't think the WWE. Probably, as much as I just said that they're very stupid for not letting him wrestle, they're still smart in the sense that, hey, we don't want another case of, let's be honest, Benoit. We don't want another, brain damage case of, hurting Daniel Bryan long term.
We don't need Brie Bella to get a pillow over her face.
It happens. Well.
On that note,
I think Daniel Bryan, he'll get a match by the end of 2017. Fingers crossed. He'll get a match by the end of 2017. Hopefully by mid 2017 he'll have a match.
I can
especially that Miz one you were saying. That Miz one's a great one because it makes so much sense. But I think there's other choices. I'm not going to go crazy where people are like Shinsuke Nakamura, because Shinsuke plays a very rough.
Don't do that.
He plays a very rough game. So
that would kill him. That would be the one to break his. He'll be dead in the ring.
Yeah. So, but tell me your thoughts down below. Do you think D-Bry's gonna return to active competition for 1 or 2 more matches? Or do you think he's done with and he's just going to be a GM forever and enjoy that Monday and total Bellas, right? Yeah, that's in the show. And total Bellas. Yeah, and or is he going to ROH when it's all over? Tell us down below.